investors and entrepreneurs in Tanzania and throughout the East Africa region. We provide critical business insight and in-depth features on companies, people, strategies, ideas, and economic trends. The Financial Times offers an unrivaled platform for advertisers to enhance brand awareness and move products. We will enable you to reach confident and informed consumers and decision makers who are ready to buy, which includes company CEOs, CFOs, managers, entrepreneurs, policymakers in government, politics and civil society, diplomats, members of the academia, and other key influencers. See examples of advertisement opportunities featured in Financial Times T sections below: telecom sections, real estate section, company news, banking, finance and insurance industry, information technology, national, regional and global markets overview, motoring, lifestyle. Get your copy of Financial Times for only 2,000 Tanzania shillings only.
Watch Business Edition as we talk to business leaders and experts in sectors that are transforming Tanzania's economy.
To be rich, I have to be a business person.
It's not an easy road at all.
People need to understand. You must quickly think, how cost effective are you going to be?
Business acts as a way in which it can bridge that gap.
Business Edition will keep you informed on latest developments in the financial sector, extractive industry, tourism, agriculture, energy, construction, and so much more. Meet entrepreneurs who create employment opportunities. Watch Business Edition on Friday at 8:15 p.m.
In Capital News tonight, 4 dead, 10 injured in Arusha Express bus accident. 21 people violently murdered in Kivu, northeast of Congo. Former African Player of the Year Samuel Eto'o to visit Tanzania on Wednesday. Good evening, this is Capital News at 9:30. My name is Vanessa Victor. Let's get started with the national news. 4 people have died and 10 others have been injured in an accident involving an Arusha Express bus that occurred at Mwanga area, Babati District, Manyara region, when the bus was traveling from Arusha to Mbeya. Confirming the accident, Manyara Regional Police Commander Agustino Senga said the cause of the accident has not been determined yet and that efforts to locate and capture the driver who ran away after the accident are ongoing. Maybe. President of the United Republic of Tanzania, Dr. John Pombe Magufuli, has today met with and held talks with Kenyan Ambassador to Tanzania, Dr. Dan Kuzungu, and received 125 million shillings condolences from the President of Kenya, Uhuru Kenyatta, for the tragic MV Nyerere accident that occurred on September 20th, 2018 in Lake Victoria. Speaking immediately after handing over condolences to President Magufuli, Ambassador Kuzungu said the citizens of Kenya joined Tanzanians in mourning the loss of the 228 people and injury of more. President Magufuli thanked President Kenyatta and Kenyans and assured them that the money will be used to help residents of Ukerewe Islands, including building a large district-level hospital. President Magufuli also met and spoke with the Executive Secretary of Southern African Development Community, SADC, Dr. Stegomena Tax, who brought him a report on the 38th SADC meeting held on the 17th and 18th of August 2018.
Excellent. Because of the good leadership under President Uhuru Kenyatta, I visited Kenya and I know that one day he shall pay a state visit to Tanzania too. We do communicate regularly and I thank him As you know, the accident claimed a lot of lives, and it is a huge loss to Tanzanians. More than 228 people lost their lives. You never know, maybe even amongst the dead, some were Kenyans. As you know, citizens within the East African bloc work together in various activities such as fishing and trade. We have learned from this and shall keep learning from this on how something like this can be caused by human error and end up causing so much damage.
Hapa Ikulu kumwona Mheshimiwa Rais Dr. John
We are here today at the State House to visit Honorable President Dr. John Pombe Joseph Magufuli to officially convey our condolences on behalf of Kenyans and the Kenyan Embassy, as well as on behalf of Honorable President Kenyatta, for the accident that happened on the lake, whereby more than 200 Tanzanians lost lives, with some surviving with injuries. But we are here also to give our contribution to support this sad event. Although we are Kenyans, this has affected us too as neighbors. We would like to show our appreciation to Tanzanians for efforts shown during a very difficult time. What is most important is that we are still pushing for industrialization agenda and have spoken this with the president, and he has received this well because it is at the forefront. This is a clear indication that Tanzania and SADC are together in this. As you know, when you speak about bringing development through industrialization, you cannot do so without political tolerance and security.
One person has died and others injured after being hit by a lorry carrying 30 tons of cement after the brake failed as it was leaving Wazo Hill factory and going down the hill to Kibaoni, Tegeta. The incident has been said to become commonplace, causing death and loss to residents of the area due to use of uninspected substandard vehicles to carry heavy cargo, and residents have asked the road safety police to set up procedures to inspect the lorries. Prime Minister Kassim Majaliwa has instructed officers of the Prevention and Combating of Corruption Bureau (PCCB) at the district and regional levels to assume the responsibility of sending cases involving people accused of corruption to court once they have finished their investigations into such cases. Prime Minister Majaliwa directed PCCB officers at the district levels to do this instead of continuing with the current practice of asking for permission to send suspects accused of corruption to court from PCCB's head offices. Prime Minister Majaliwa is currently in Kagera region on a one-day tour of Biharamulo district, gave this directive after meeting with top government officers of the district in the Tanzania People's Defense Forces.
You should send them to court from here, unlike all the cases to be taken to headquarters, where it takes up to 3 months without any tangible decisions made. If you ask around on any developments towards the reported case, you are only getting political feedback. Something should be done in making sure that everything is done here at the primary level. If you arrest anyone, take him to court. The judiciary will play its role. We believe that all the relevant sectors will take further initiatives in fighting against corruption in this country. There are still some challenges in revenue collection and expenditure supervision. It is our belief that all revenues collected are sent to rightful authority before they are used. However, there are some loopholes in the process.
People who are alleged to be poachers have fled and abandoned a lorry that was containing logs of wood which were illegally obtained from the Rungwe forest in Itigi district, Singida region. This comes after the suspicions on the Itigi district municipality's officers and those of wildlife officers were raised after the directive to the alleged poachers in the lorry to stop at a checkpoint was ignored. The director of Itigi district municipality, Pius Lehende, said that the lorry, which has a registration number of T624CRZ, failed to stop at an inspection checkpoint on the Itigi-Makongorosi Road after being instructed to do so. This failure to follow an instruction raises suspicions of wildlife officers, and after following up on the matter, they discovered that the lorry had been abandoned in Mitindu village.
I took the initiative myself and collaborated with game rangers to arrest the truck. When we managed to catch the truck, the criminals also ran away from the scene. Cutting down of these trees has muchly disturbed natural habitats of the animals, which has resulted in a decreasing number of animals. People should always remember that these wild animals are the reasons that tourists visit parks and reserves and contribute much to the national GDP. If our ancestors had this kind of habits, we could have barely seen these natural resources. They used to reserve their resources because they knew that they will be useful for their generation and future generations.
IGP Commander Simon Sirius transferred the head of Kera District Police Station, Justine Joseph, to Iringa so as to allow for investigations into allegations against officers at the station facilitating coffee transport to neighboring countries illegally. Speaking in Dar es Salaam, the police spokesperson Barnabas Mwakwalukwa said that apart from this move, the IGP has also sent an investigative team from the headquarters to investigate these allegations.
A special investigation team has been sent to investigate the allegations. The head of Kelwa police station shall be demoted and moved to another station during the time the investigation shall be taking place. If found to be guilty of the allegations, then he shall be disciplined accordingly.
Tanzania Bus Owners Association Tabora and Tanzania Drivers Union UWAMATA have asked the government to halt their plan to submit to Parliament the bill on the 45-year age limit for bus drivers so as to provide an opportunity to stakeholders to discuss if the bill is aimed at reducing employment in the country. Tabora Secretary General Enea Mrutu said the passing of this bill may cause a transport problem because many of the drivers are under the age of 45 and urged the government to focus on overseeing the law and improving road infrastructure to reduce accidents.
We would like to know the people who have been issued with a license between the ages of 18 to 44. What is the nature of their job? Because there are some who are given a license at 18 and have never caused an accident. So what criteria is being used? Poor roads have been the cause of a lot of accidents. This should also be looked into. Age is not a factor. How careful one is what should be taken into consideration. If you put an age limit, it means that a lot of the young drivers will be out of work.
Police in Mwanza have shot dead 2 people believed to be robbers in a gunfire exchange after the police received confidential information from Good Samaritans last night that the people were in a guest house in California Street near Gezi Ward in Mwanza. Mwanza Regional Police Commander ACP Jonathan Shana said that the incident occurred on the 7th of this month at 11:40 p.m. California Street Chairman Lucas Baleba commended the police force for successfully stopping the accused robbers and restoring peace.
One of the gunmen opened the door and fired his gun, but officers were waiting in position and they fired back, and he died in the fire exchange. The remaining gunman tried to escape through the roof. I repeat, firearms owned by the police force are no toys. A criminal can never run faster than the bullet. The 2 criminals ended up dead during the exchange. The police were ready to die than let the suspect flee. This is a warning to criminals out there. They can enter Mwanza, but they shall never leave. Today we had no idea who their next target will be. due to the intelligence that was given, which enabled the police to arrive on time.
The District Commissioner of Longido, Mr. Frank Waisumbe, has had to suspend indefinitely the exercise to close the training of vigilantes after the people requested him to first solve land conflict which has affected them for an extremely long time. It is alleged that the land conflict has been caused partly by a lack of due diligence in enforcing the law.
He was our former village secretary. He did reserve certain areas for grazing activities, where later on he sold the land. He even took away our farming land. We have complained for a long time, with no action being taken. What these people want is not selling land. We have children. What will they inherit? I wonder why they keep on demanding for this land. I claimed this land since 1977 from the village government. We're giving a directive that no one is allowed to use the land, including the investor. After I have sent a security committee and professionals from the council, we will survey and receive rightful documents that he was given the land in 1977, in which I am surprised on how the investor will have claimed the documents, since by that time it was the period where communist villages existed. In this regard, if he doesn't have legal documents, then we will take further steps.
Hundreds of people of Mara region have gone to the Mara Regional Referral Hospital in order to receive treatment for various illnesses from specialist doctors who work at Mwimbili National Hospital. This medical treatment for various diseases will be provided by the specialist doctors from Mwimbili for 5 days. The government via the Ministry of Health, Community Development, Gender, the Elderly and Children said that the aim of this 5-day plan to provide treatment is to reduce huge costs that Tanzanians often face as a result of seeking specialist medical treatment at the National Hospital.
I would like to send special thanks to the Managing Director of Muhimbili Hospital for the great honor for Mara region to be the first region to perform this exercise of providing outreach programs in the country. In this regard, I'm calling upon residents in Musoma region to come forward and receive services that shall be offered, although there are going to be some charges, but at a very low cost comparing to the hassles of going to Muhimbili Hospital in Dar es Salaam. The team from Muhimbili Hospital have set a good example. Before, our fellows are used to accept experts from Bugando Hospital. As you all know, it is a zonal hospital. In this regard, there was still a need for support from Muhimbili Hospital. That is why they saw the value of your presence, so that their services can be found here. We'll only send some cases to Muhimbili if at all they were difficult to be sorted by experts available. I won't believe that this will be the last time that you will conduct outreach services from Muhimbili Hospital.
And that is all for national news. International news is up just next.
The relaunched Financial Times is the premier business newspaper in Tanzania. The Financial Times is a weekly source of information and business insight for the most successful leaders, executives, investors, and entrepreneurs in Tanzania and throughout the East Africa region. We provide critical business insight and in-depth features on companies, people, strategies, ideas, and economic trends. The Financial Times offers an unrivaled platform for advertisers to enhance brand awareness and move products. We will enable you to reach confident and informed consumers and decision makers who are ready to buy, which includes company CEOs, CFOs, managers, entrepreneurs, policymakers in government, politics and civil society, diplomats, members of the academia and other key influencers. See examples of advertisement opportunities featured in Financial Times sections below. Telecom sections, real estate section, company news, banking, finance and insurance industry, information technology, national, regional and global markets overview, motoring, lifestyle. Get your copy of Financial Times for 2,000 Tanzania shillings only.
News. Not less than 21 people have been murdered by machetes, knives and axes, and others injured in Rubaya, Kivu, northeast of Congo, Masisi district, where mining and pastoralist activities are conducted. MP Shebishimbo said that 21 people, women, men and children, were violently murdered and many were injured.
Watu 21 wamekufa.
21 people have died and many have been injured. What is most scary is even a child as young as 4 years old was brutally killed. It is hard to believe that an act such as this can be done by a human being. Only animals are capable of carrying out an act such as this. We strongly condemn what has happened here. What the government can assure you is that a thorough investigation will be carried out so that we can establish where this is coming from and stop it immediately so that peace can be restored.
Polls have closed in Cameroon's presidential election, where one of Africa's longest-serving leaders is seeking a 7th term after 36 years in power. Opposition allegations that the election was rigged to favor President Paul Biya and violence amid the Anglophone rebellion in the country's west marred election day.
Opportunity when the presidential election polls opened.
It was quite smooth. I just came 5 minutes ago and I checked my name on the board. I read it and then I went inside and took the different names of the voters and put my slot in the ballot.
I think it's nice. You have the staff who guide us, so everything is nice. It's not difficult to do it.
Africa's oldest president, 85-year-old Paul Biya, is seeking a 7th term in office. Determined to stop that are 7 opposition candidates. Some alleged voting irregularities even before polls closed.
I am scandalized that in this polling station, the number of ballots does not match the electoral list. This is nonsense. People are having fun with this country, peace and security. People are dying in the northwest and the southwest. It's not a small matter.
That is all for international news. Do stay with us. We'll be back shortly with business.
Watch Business Edition as we talk to business leaders and experts in sectors that are transforming Tanzania's economy.
To be rich, I have to be a business person.
It's not an easy road at all.
People need to understand. You must quickly think how cost-effective are you going to be.
Business acts as a way in which it can bridge that gap.
Business Edition will keep you informed on latest developments in the financial sector, extractive industry, tourism, agriculture, energy, construction, and so much more. Meet entrepreneurs who create employment opportunities. Watch Business Edition on Friday at 8:15 p.m.
Welcome back and in business news. Tanzania Revenue Authority has collected 3.84 trillion shillings from July to September of this year and clarified on the containers that did not get a buyer in the auction of the UDAT buses, which was conducted at the Dar es Salaam port.
We started the exercise of tax bail, of interest and fine for people who deserve from their previous record. Some of the people have been granted tax bail, others still at different levels of the exercise. However, we are also looking at other alternatives, including just granting bail to more people. This shall be coordinated with our administration.
The National Bureau of Statistics has announced a rise in the national inflation from 3.3% in August this year to 3.4% in the end of September this year, with an increase in the price of some non-food items cited as the main reason for the rise.
Fast increase in prices of goods and services from September last year, comparing to the speed of 2015 in August. The trend shows that goods have increased to 112.12 in September 2018 from 108.48 in September 2017.
Farmers of palm tree harvest in Kigoma have complained on overweighing measurements used by palm oil traders.
We're encouraging people to plant palms. Government institutions should also engage in palm farming, and even private organizations to also invest in this move by owning acres of land that can be within their managing range and get good quality produce that can be sold well in the market. Enlightening you, all this directive has been well advocated. That is why people have decided to form cooperative unions.
That's all for business. Sports is next.
In Sports Gazette this week, the Tanzania Football Federation President, Mr. Wallace Korea.
It's the first time I'm having this high of a leader of TFF in this show.
We talked to him about the Taifa Stars' preparation for the game against Cape Verde.
Now we are having two important matches, which is back-to-back, which Cape Verde. We are supposed to play on 12th of October, but after 4 days, on 16th, we are supposed also to play here.
For this and much more, don't miss Sports Gazette every Wednesday at 7 p.m. only on Capital Television.
And on to sports. The former African Player of the Year, Samuel Eto'o, is scheduled to visit Tanzanian Open at seven-a-side ground this Wednesday.
It will be better if people come in large numbers. As they said, he will come on Wednesday. So I ask Tanzanians, especially soccer fans, to come and welcome him. On Thursday, we will proceed with the launch of the event. They should come in large numbers.
Tanzania Basketball Federation (TBF) has realized weaknesses in Tanzanian teams' technical benches after reviewing their performance in the Zone 5 Championships, which ended yesterday with Al Ahly winning the cup.
FIBA wamekubali watatupatia instructors.
We've already spoken to our fellows at FIBA, and they have promised to give us FIBA instructors who will come to the country and train all our coaches so that they can improve their technical abilities. So there is the coaches' side, but also the official side. There has been complaints about decisions made by officials sometimes. So through the competition, Tanzanian officials were watching what their fellows were doing, because only one referee from Tanzania was working, and he's Gosbert. All the others were watching like spectators.
France's World Cup winner Kylian Mbappe scored 4 goals as Paris Saint-Germain maintained their 100% winning start in Ligue 1 by thrashing Lyon.
Came in a 13-minute second-half spell, netting his first with a low strike off the post. He slid in his second, converted a cool finish for his hat-trick, and struck home his fourth from close range. Neymar's penalty put PSG ahead with home defender Presnel Kimpembe and Lyon midfielder Lucas Toussaint both sent off. France international Kimpembe was given a straight red card by the referee after consultation with the video assistant referee VAR, who advised the dismissal as the defender had caught Tanguy Ndombele in the shin with his studs.
Lionel Messi's fine goal was not enough as Barcelona were kept off the top of La Liga by another frustrating draw in Valencia.
Barca, now 4 without a win in the league, fell behind when Gerard Piqué made a mess of a clearance and Ezequiel Garay tapped in at the back post. Messi then swapped passes with Luis Suarez and drilled in from 20 yards to equalize. But Barca could not find a winner to leave Sevilla top of the table. Sevilla had earlier picked up their 4th win in a row by beating 10-man Celta Vigo 2-1.
And that sports item ends our news bulletin. On behalf of everyone who prepared this bulletin for you, thank you for watching and have a good night.